So welcome to a Career in Screencasting, the bonus session, which is creating your YouTube playlist portfolio. And I am Michelle Schoen, me on the left, and Leslie Keffler has been Lon and my virtual assistant for the last 8 years. She's been an integral part of our business, and she has been in charge pretty much of creating all of my portfolio. I'm the one who did all the videos, but Leslie is the one who put everything on the page and got everything organized and created the playlist for me. So it kind of made a lot of sense for me to have her on board today. So Leslie, why don't you just take about 30 seconds and introduce yourself, and you can tell people kind of what your responsibilities are for the Learn Camtasia and then my website too.
Okay, hi everyone, I'm Leslie, and I'm sure I've emailed or answered tickets for many of you, so it's nice to be here with everyone, and thanks for having me, Michelle. I'm a virtual assistant, like Michelle said. I've been with them 8 years, maybe almost 9 now. We met in 2008, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about how you can create videos on your YouTube site if you have one, and then how to put them up on your website, and we use WordPress, so that's what I'm going to be discussing today. And so Michelle's website portfolio was kind of all over the place. We had all sorts of different thumbnails, and it didn't all match or have any branding, so we fixed it up and made it pretty, and we're going to talk a little bit about that today. And I also put up the replays for Learn Camtasia, so I do a lot of putting video replays up.
She does a lot. All right, so I don't know how many of you guys have actually gotten through the entire Career in Screencasting course yet, but there is one of the modules does deal with promoting yourself. I'm pretty sure that's the last module, and we do talk about creating a portfolio of any videos that you've created. So today we are going to be discussing that, and I wanted to just do a quick share of mine before we actually get going here, and mine is over at Screencast Video Services. So I have a separate site, it's like a tongue twister, a separate site from Lon. And that you can get to by clicking on screencastvideoservices.com, and we're working on this, but right now it redirects to VA Demo Girl, which was my last, when I did a lot of VA work. That was the name that I went by. So under services there, so if you ever want to come back to this portfolio, you'll know how to get there. And you can click on services and go down to the very bottom here, and there's my video portfolio. So I have 2 separate portfolios, one for the training and tutorials that I do, and one for the marketing and demo video. So I'm just going to click on one of them. And so right now, it's it's not. It just fits in with the scheme of my blog. You can just scroll down it, and I have the same colors and everything, the orange and green. But you can scroll through right now and you can look at any of these videos. And so right now, if you look at one of them, what it does is it pops up in a player here. This is called the thick box player. So you get to watch it, and what I like about this particular player is you're not leaving my site at all. It's hosted, the videos are all hosted on YouTube, but we have them, the embed code, and we'll get to that in a minute, but the embed code is on my WordPress site. But when you click on it, instead of it playing, taking you to YouTube or showing it with YouTube, as far as, well, you can get there if you want to by clicking here, but the whole video plays right here on my blog. So you can easily, it'll close down, and then you can go back and look for some more videos. So Leslie also created a playlist on YouTube, so if people go over to my YouTube site, and I'm going to let her show you that shortly. because I'm not logged in right now, but they can see all my videos in what's called a playlist. So if they wanted to look at my whole portfolio, it's kind of all together in one thing, instead of them having to search all over my YouTube channel to try to find the videos that are for clients versus the videos that I may have up there from things I've done, webinars for Learn Camtasia, which is not examples of necessarily my screencasting skills. So yeah, so there's that. Just curious, you guys, have any of you guys got portfolios yet? I know that many of you have just made the decision to get into doing screencasting as a service or an additional service to what you're already doing. Just wondering if you have anything set up yet. I'm assuming that this is going to be new to everyone. But if any of you have one already, so I've got one answer from Donald that says no. So I guess, does that mean the rest of you guys already have, or you're by omission, by not saying no, okay, here's all the other answers coming in and that are saying no. Okay, so that's perfectly fine, because this is like a beginner kind of session here. All right, so that is what a portfolio could look like, and you could do it, in many different ways. You could make it pretty, you can make it horizontal, you could have a blog that's, say, geared towards a portfolio, and it could have, cool, all kinds of interesting design to it. But I made mine is kind of basic. All right, so that's what a portfolio looks like. Oops. All right, so if you don't have a portfolio of videos yet, okay, what many people do, many people do this, don't feel like, oh, I haven't done any work for clients yet. How can I possibly get a portfolio together? But that's okay. So a lot of people create content from scratch and put it into a portfolio. No, but it doesn't have to be work that you have gotten paid for from a client. It can just be some things that you've created on your own. You don't have to have like a 60-minute course that you have done in your portfolio, because most clients are only going to be watching the first couple minutes anyways. So if you would just, you have to think about your target audience. If you want to gear your portfolio towards, say, marketing style videos, or you want to be known for doing software tutorials, just get some ideas and create little snippets. Like perhaps you want to create a video showing yourself doing a tutorial for how to create a YouTube channel. Just go through the motions of doing it, and then use Camtasia to add some bells and whistles, some call outs and some zooms and pans, and just do a little segment. If you're not using Camtasia, maybe you want to just create the first 2 minutes of a tutorial on how to ride horses, or anything you're into. So it just is going to show customers, potential customers, your diversity, that you have a few different looks in there, and then how professional your, oops, sorry, let me turn my phone off here, how professional the video looks. So try to have a variety of different styles in there, but gear them towards your target market if you have a target market yet. It may be that you haven't really decided who your target market is, so just have otherwise just have a variety of videos in there. And go to my portfolio, look at the different things I have in there, and then you can say, okay, well, I'll do something like this, and then something like this, and then one thing like that. I'm going to say at the beginning, maybe have 4 or 5 samples in there, which would be fine. Margaret has a YouTube channel, and but she doesn't have a portfolio yet. So that is, yeah, that is to be expected. And she's not using Camtasia. Margaret, is it your intention to do your videos in Camtasia, or do you think you're going to be a PowerPoint person or use a completely different software tool? I'm just curious, and I'll look back in a moment to see what your answer is on that. All right, so to get ideas for doing portfolio pieces, a great place to go is Articulate for their e-learning challenges. And Leslie, would you mind, well, you know what, actually you don't have access to this. I have to send it out. I have the link for you, and I'm going to put it out in the chat. So hold on, let me grab it. I think you should just take a quick look at this because it is a great way to get ideas, because you might be thinking, oh, you know, I don't even know what to do a video about. So over at Articulate, what they do, I think it's every week. So it just came out, the link just came out to you now. And I'm going to open that up myself. It's an idea, it's pretty much like an idea a week or an idea every 2 weeks. I don't remember how long they've been doing this. And they give you ideas for some constraints around creating a video. So you could take one of these and you could even click on it and see what the challenge was. So let me go there and get my mouse back. There we are. What the challenge was, and then you have people that entered the challenge. And then you have people, you know, who did a nice job on the challenge where they give you a link to what they created. So you get some great ideas there. Now, I'm not sure if as many people were participating in this in 2013 as they started to in 2014. And then we've got 2015. Let me see if it even if they're still doing it in 2017 here. Well, they so far, I mean, oh, here we go. So they are. All right. So there's no way that you're going to not have an idea of some things that you could create. All right. Let me just pull up the questions for a second and see if anything new has come in. Oh, okay. I was just looking at Margaret's answer. You use Weave Video for more mini doc style. Okay, I think I've heard of that before. All right, cool. So that is one way to start getting your portfolio together. So you'll end up having all these little 2 to 3 minute videos that you can start sharing. All right, and I believe I've already asked this question, and you have answered that for me. All right, a few of the different places to host your video, and I use, I think, 3 out of 5 of these. Even though we're concentrating on YouTube, I wanted to make sure that you knew that there were other places. So Lon and I host a lot of our videos on Amazon S3, but mostly the long ones, like the entire course, for example, the screencast for video, the career in screencasting, and all of our weekly webinars that we do are all hosted at Amazon S3 because it's a very, very cheap, easy way to host a lot of videos and pay very, very little money for hosting. And you have total control over them. I also, when I do work for clients, I put my videos, the different iterations of them. So the client will ask me to make a video, and I will often upload it to screencast.com. It's called screencast.com. And it's free hosting, and up there I have maybe 60 videos up there, but there may be 3 or 4 of each of the same one, but just a little further in the project and with a few changes. So it's a great place for a service professional to freely host their videos and let their clients see them working on it and make changes on the fly there. Some people use sites like Vimeo and Wistia. I believe they have free versions, and then there's paid versions of them too. I might shy away a little bit of putting a portfolio video up here because nobody really searches for videos on these sites. You're going to get a lot more eyes on your video if you put it somewhere on YouTube, and that's the main reason that I did. YouTube is free. It's easy to put stuff in there, and I'm going to get, using the right keywords, I'm going to get a lot of people visiting my portfolio and subscribing to my channel, even though they've never even been to my blog. They may not even know about the Learn Camtasia or the Screencast Video Services site at all, and they might find me in the first place via YouTube, where they're not going to really find you at these other sites. So it just depends on what type of a video you're doing, whether you would want to put it here. What some people like about Vimeo and Wistia is that you get really nice HD quality. And Leslie, I'm curious, do you know of any other benefits of using either one of these sites? Have you worked with clients that use these sites and have shared with you why?
I have had clients that use Vimeo and Bazaar, and I really don't know the reasons
Nick uses
why.
Wistia, yeah.
Yeah. Other than maybe they didn't know about some of these other options, or they feel like it'll be kept private, but
More
you can
private.
do that
Yeah.
with YouTube stuff. And I don't know, maybe you get more analytics with it.
Oh yeah, that's true. You get more reports, I think, with these. You can, although I know YouTube gives you a decent amount of reports, but
Yeah,
but anyways, they're certainly worth checking out. Okay, I don't know if any of you guys have used them before, but Tony says on Wistia you also get a nice bill to go with it. He's funny. Yeah, so they definitely do charge more.
One more thing, Michelle. With those, you have to be careful. I guess they've been around a while, but if you put everything up there and then their site disappears, then so do your videos. Which you don't really have to worry about with YouTube. They'll be around forever.
And Amazon S3, I think.
Yeah, right. And probably Screencast.
Okay, so now that you know what you need to do, I'm going to hand it over to Leslie. Now let me go ahead and give you the screen, Leslie, and I'll let you know when we see your screen. Hold on just a second, and I'm going to pass it to you, make you the presenter. All right, as I said to you before, although there may be a few more people that are here than earlier, but Leslie has been our virtual assistant for a really long time, and Leslie has created my portfolio, and she created my channel and my header on YouTube, and so she's really the expert on this. And at the end of this session, we're going to show you how you can get in touch with Leslie. Should you have any questions about it and you want some time with Leslie, not just like a one-off quick question or something, but if you want a little bit of time with Leslie to help you set yours up, she went ahead and put up a page where you can register to pay her whatever it is for some consulting time. So, all right, so we can see your screen now, Leslie, and I'll just let you go ahead and explain the process.
Okay, great. Thank you. And just a quick reminder, webinars are not my thing, so bear with me. And I've never done one where I switch browsers. And I'm also using Chrome, which is not my usual browser, but there's a specific reason why I'm using Chrome, which you'll find out in a little bit. So here is Michelle's YouTube channel. And when you first get a YouTube channel, the header or banner at the top is just this really kind of ugly black-gray blank thing, and you don't want that. You definitely want to put something else up there, and since you're taking the course on becoming a screencast specialist, you really want to put something that has to do with your business and match your branding. And Michelle's branding, the colors on her website are orange and green, so this header has the orange on it. And I created it using Photoshop because I've had that forever, but you can use an online tool like Canva, C-A-N-V-A, and they're pretty easy to work with. Or if you just don't want to work with graphics, you can often find someone at a good price on Fiverr to create these things. So to do it, you click on the Edit Layout button. Okay, here is Michelle's headshot. If you hover over it, you'll see the little edit pencil. You just click on it and then upload whatever you want there. And as a business person offering your services, I recommend that you use your headshot versus a logo or picture of your cat. And if you want to create the banner, which they actually call channel art, you hover over here, click on the pencil to edit, click on Edit Channel Art, and you have the option to upload your own photo, or you may already have some of your own photos up there. They also have a gallery, but it's kind of landscapey stuff that you might want to use until you can find something better, just so it's a little more colorful and interesting. But you probably want to upload your own photo, so you click on Upload Photos. You can either drag and drop or select. I like to just select it. And as you can see, here's where I got Michelle's headshot, although that's a newer one. And here is the channel art that I used. And you have to have specific dimensions, and it actually tells you on the screen, I think you can see it says recommended channel art size. It's 2560 by 1440 pixels, and it can't be bigger than 4 megabytes. So you need to stay within those dimensions, or else it won't load for you.
Hey,
And
Leslie, would you mind, because most people don't have Photoshop, would you mind just opening up Canva in another
Sure.
tab and just showing them where they can go on Canva to, they've already got the dimensions already laid out for you in Canva, and they already have fonts and some, you know, it's almost like a template you can use to create your channel header. So
Right.
I think it might be easier for a lot of people.
Right, it is. They have it all already. They have stuff for Twitter, Facebook, whatever, and they
it's
have
free too.
Yes, it is. They have a paid business version, but I don't see any reason to do that.
Yeah,
At
I think
least
how
not
they
now.
make their money is if you choose some of their photos. If you find a photo you like, it's $1.
They have several free, but other ones are $1, and that's a good price for
I think so.
photo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, did I click on YouTube?
I don't know. It's Square. So yeah, it's Square. I think maybe you didn't choose YouTube, but it's okay. You know, they have the gist. Social media? No, don't choose social.
Where do you?
Well, on the very first page, I think back where you were before, I'm pretty sure that if you scroll down to all the different types of video, yeah, you actually have to, it's not really under social media. I think it's under just YouTube. But, you know, I don't feel like you, Leslie, don't feel like you need to show them exactly how to do it. That would be like probably pretty easy for people to pick up, but it just in general, you see there's all these templates on the left. And
yes, they're very good about, it's so easy, even I can do it, and I'm not very graphic. I'm graphically challenged.
I think you're much better than you realize. And great job. All right.
Okay, so back to Michelle's. And so you select the photo, but I'm not going to do that because I don't want to mess with the one that she already has there. And after you select it, you just save it, and then you have your channel art.
Wait, talking about channel art, I just want to let you know there's a couple of things that Natalia, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, she says, how do we get the links on the channel art? My channel does not have that option.
Well, I think I know what she's talking about right here where it said edit links. I can't talk. I clicked on that and nothing happened. And I don't think that your link here is not clickable. So I don't know. Let's see
Okay.
what happens when I click on it, because earlier when I was going through this, it didn't do, yeah, it just took me to your channel page.
That's
Oh
weird.
wait, what's this? Links. Oh, Google Plus. Sorry,
So we're
I'll
going to
try
learn
and
this
see what
all.
I can find out and maybe get back to you, because the channel art is not clickable.
All right. Well,
Is
I didn't
that
even
what you
think that
asked?
they were going to, that they let you at all go to your own, you know, I didn't know that you could even have that clickable. So,
Maybe not. Maybe not.
and
So that
then,
is
I'm sorry, Mark,
basically how.
we have one more question. I'm sorry to
Sure.
interrupt you.
No problem.
Margaret says, doesn't Canva free version put their watermark on it? I
No.
don't think so. Yeah, I didn't think that they
As
did.
long as you use their free images, it does not put a watermark on it. If you select one of their ones that says like maybe $1, I think
Uh-huh.
that's the most they charge, then when you first see it, it will have a watermark until you pay for it, and then when you download it, the watermark is gone.
Right. That's what I thought I remembered as well.
And the only thing I've seen that I thought might be of value with the business Canva is you can add your own fonts if they don't have one that you like to use, and you can set up your colors so they're ready to click on them if your colors are different from what they have for you to choose, and you can create files. But like I said, I don't think that's worth, I don't know how much it costs, but I've survived without paying for it.
Yeah, we've done fine.
I'm all for free if you can do it and it looks good.
Yeah.
So that was all I was going to say about channel art, unless someone had some other questions.
No, we're good. Go ahead.
So now I'm going to show you how you upload the video. So Michelle creates the video and she gives me the file. MP4s work, and I know YouTube uses .mov and maybe some others, but we usually do MP4. Up in the upper right corner, see this arrow pointing up? That's where you upload the video. So you click on upload. And then you select the files that you want to upload, and here you have some choices of making it public, unlisted, or private. And you also, if you don't like what you pick when you're uploading, I don't usually mess with it till I'm doing all the editing, there's another chance to select that, and we can discuss the differences then. So I pick a file, and here's a sample video I picked. It's a short one, so it won't take long to upload.
Are you putting that sample video actually on my channel?
Well, I'll stop before it actually happens.
Okay. I wasn't sure what that was.
I mean, it's actually already on there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's one of your videos. It's not
Ah.
just one I out of the air.
Oh, I thought it was the sample one that you get when you buy a computer. You know, they have
Oh,
sample
no,
videos.
no, no.
Okay.
And see how quickly it's loading? It's almost already processed. But if you're doing like an entire webinar or course, it's going to take a lot longer. So while it's loading, it's a good time for you to start filling in all the information. And if it's really long and you have other things to do, because I'm sure your client doesn't want to pay for you to sit there and watch the processing bar go up, they'll email you. They'll say, your video is now ready. So anyhow, but we're lucky, it's already loaded. And here is your URL. You'll want to make a note of that, and you'll also see it in some other places. This is where you put your title, and this is where you, if you can, you want to use your keywords in your title. Then you're going to come down and put a description about your video. But before you write the description, the first thing you want to do is put in your website URL so people can click to it, because otherwise there's nowhere else for them to get back to your site. So that's the first thing that you want to do in the description box. And then right here it doesn't look clickable, but after you save everything and go visit, it is a clickable link. And then once again you want to describe your video and use your keywords. And again, keywords go into the tags section. And then you have 3 thumbnails to choose from. These actually aren't too bad. Sometimes, I don't know how they decide which frame they're going to use, but your thumbnail will come out with the craziest looking thing. So you have the option to create a custom thumbnail. And you will click on Custom Thumbnail. I thought I had my thumbnail here. I think I removed it. Darn it. I'll find another one.
Okay.
So y'all don't have to imagine what it does.
Well, it can't. Oh, yeah, that's right. You don't have a thumbnail.
Okay, so here's a thumbnail. It has nothing to do with the video. But it will start uploading it, and now you can choose this as your thumbnail. And this is why I suggest you use Chrome. I have used Firefox, and I have used Internet Explorer, and I can never, ever, for some reason, get the thumbnail to load. And the only way I solved the problem, even after doing a lot of research, was by using Chrome. So even if you don't use Chrome as your browser, you want to use it for this part of uploading your videos to YouTube. Because then you get to choose what nice cover you want on it. Then you have the choice public, unlisted, or private. I would not pick private because only people who have subscribed to your channel and who you have actually invited will get to see that. So if you don't care that the whole world sees, pick public. A lot of our stuff we will pick unlisted. People don't have to be invited. It's not private. They just need to know the URL. So if they happen to know the URL, they can see it. Or, you know, if they visit your channel, it will show. But if you have a video you really don't want anyone to see unless you've invited them, that's when you would choose private. You can also share this on Google Plus and Twitter. You can add a message. I've never done that. And then you can also add it to a playlist, which I'm not going to do right this second because I'm going to go into how to create a playlist. So were there any questions about how to upload a video?
Let me see. Not yet. Not yet.
If you let me hit publish, I'll remove this later, okay?
Sure.
Okay, because it shows a few extra steps that otherwise you wouldn't see. Once again, here is your video. You have other options to share it on other social media sites, and you just click on what you want. Then this is what you'll want if you're going to embed it in a post or a page on your WordPress site. I'm not even sure if it has to be WordPress, it may not. And this is the code that they give you. You copy and paste it, and then you put it on your website, and now your video is embedded on your website. You probably want to click where it says Show More, because there are some other options that are pretty important. One, you can change the size of the video. You can even make it a custom size. Michelle, I don't know if you have any recommendations on what they should use.
You know what, I would go for one of those smaller sizes. You know, not definitely, yeah, either that 640 or the smaller one, because most blogs have columns, and you don't want the video to take up like so much of the page because you're going to have several videos on these.
And it may be slow to load, but
yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, but when I changed the video size up here in your embed code, it automatically changed it. So you don't have to figure that out.
Yeah.
One of the options that's checked by default is show suggested videos when the video finishes. I uncheck that. I don't know if you've been watching YouTube videos and when the video's over, all these suggestions pop up, and I assume maybe they're related to what you usually view or create. But the last thing you want is a bunch of suggestions that may be inappropriate, or unless you're a dermatologist, you don't want some cyst popping video showing up.
Plus one of them, although might be interesting, and then the next thing you know, what happens is the person clicks on it and they're off your site and they're on some completely different site.
And that happens to me. I click on one thing and next thing I know, I've clicked on several other things. So I always uncheck that one. This says show player controls. I like to leave it. I know with marketing videos, some marketers say you shouldn't allow them to pause and stop and rewind, but I personally like that option.
Yeah, I do. I agree with you.
And show video title and player actions. I leave that checked to show the title. I don't think it's that big a deal if you don't. I'm not really sure what player actions means. And I have never done enhanced privacy mode. And that was something kind of strange. If you click on that, it means that YouTube won't store information about your visitors on your website unless they play the video. So I guess that maybe you don't get analytics. I don't know. I never check it. Yeah. And so that is how you do it. And you, when I'm done here, we're going to go over to your website and show how to add the embed code. Also, if you just want to send a link in an email, it also gives you the code, and you can even, I guess, create the, hey, I never knew you could send an email in YouTube. Did you?
No.
That's new to me. Usually
Yeah.
I click here and it just shows the link, and you can actually send an email.
All right. Well, that's
interesting.
helpful.
Yeah.
And there was a question. Does the YouTube hosted videos also play the quizzes that can be done with Camtasia? And the answer to that is no. It does not, because the quizzes in Camtasia can only work if the video is played in the Camtasia player. It's called the Smart Player, and it comes along when you produce your video. You get that player, so what you have to do if you have a quiz is you either have to host your video on screencast.com, which uses the Smart Player as its player, or you can host your video on Amazon S3 and upload all those Camtasia files that are the player. Like when you produce it and it says produce with Smart Player, so you produce it with the Smart Player and you upload the Smart Player along with the main video, which is your MP4. That's possibly confusing for you. I'm not sure. If it is, then write me or something, and I'll try to give you more hand-holding with that. So, all right, I'll let you continue.
Okay, so once you've done all that, you can either return to editing if you want to change your mind on something. You can add more videos, or you can go to Video Manager. And one of the good things about add more videos, if you have several to do, you can add more than one at a time, and they can be uploading simultaneously. Now that may slow down your computer or crash things or whatever, but I've done a couple at a time, and that saves time.
Oh, good.
So now, if you click on Video Manager, it will show you all the videos that you have uploaded. And once again, you can delete them, you can edit them, you can get the embed codes, and you can see here Michelle has added several videos. And then I was going to talk about how to create a YouTube channel, but there's really not a whole lot.
Right?
Well, that was next, but
a
channel.
Oh, okay.
If you have never added a video, then you don't have a YouTube channel. You might have this account and everything, but you don't have what is called a YouTube channel. And I could not find anywhere where to click on something that says create YouTube channel. So I did a little search, and you can do channel switcher.
Oh, it's on YouTube?
Yeah. And then you have this channel. You click on create a new channel, and I don't know, it was showing your Camtasia Training Atlanta site. I don't know if they're suggesting you create a channel, or if that's another one you have.
No, I don't have another channel that's called that. So.
Right. So the only place I could find where to create a new channel if you've already got a channel was by going to this channel switcher page.
Mm-hmm.
But if the minute you do anything on YouTube, like add a playlist or add a video, it will automatically pop up and say create a YouTube channel, and that's how you do it. So it will let you know. And I believe yours is called Michelle Schoen.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the thing about your YouTube channel is it has a really long, weird bunch of letters in the URL, and right now I don't seem to be showing it. And also, Michelle, this is good. You have not been in trouble for any copyright or community guidelines.
Oh, the smiley face there means that?
The smiley faces, yes.
Oh, yeah.
So there is a way to brand your channel so that it shows up in the URL, because right now it says Michelle Schoen here, but when someone goes to your channel, it's going to have a weird bunch of letters up here. The way to get a branded channel name is you have to have at least 100 subscribers. And Michelle, you have 85. So I suggest everyone here today go subscribe so you can come up with an easy-to-remember YouTube channel.
Oh, I need 15 more subscribers. I didn't even
I
know
know.
that. Okay. Well, I just
I didn't
started
either.
this.
I
I
love
think
that.
I think I just started this channel like a year ago, or was it less than that?
I'm not sure. You haven't had it very long, and
I had a I had
you
a
have another channel, yeah.
I had another channel which was VA Demo Girl, and I just kind of abandoned that one to start a different channel. So, yeah, it takes a while to work up to a bunch of subscribers. So,
Here it is. So I clicked on your channel, and if you give this link to anyone, see this big, long, ugly bunch string of letters and numbers? Well, once you reach 100, you can change it to Michelle Schoen or
oh, okay.
Screencast Video Specialist. So that's something to think about.
And
Now I'm going to show you how to add a playlist.
And in the meantime, while you're going over there, Margaret asked, do we use the widescreen format? And that's a yes, because that's the player in YouTube. It's a widescreen player. If you don't see one of mine with a widescreen, it's because it's a client video that they asked specifically for a 4:3, not widescreen video, and so I had to deal with that. And yes, Lon was demoing the Smart Player last night, to answer your question.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I didn't know what all he talked about, but he was talking about the Smart Player.
And
so if you would like to make a playlist of all your portfolio videos to separate them from all your other videos on YouTube, all you have to do is find the video or videos that you want to add. It's supposed to say add to playlist.
oh, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
When I looked this morning, well, I showed you earlier when you were adding your video, there was an option to click add to playlist. If you've never had one, it will let you create one. You can name it, and or if you already have one, it'll show up and you just click on the one that you have.
Okay.
And I believe I'm on your home page. Yep.
Explain. Would you mind explaining what a playlist is for people that don't even know what we're talking about?
A playlist is where you can house all your videos in one spot, and then if someone clicks on one, there'll be a whole bunch of videos on the side to choose from, and after one video plays, then the next one plays, and the next one plays. Am I explaining that well, Michelle?
I think that's pretty good. Yeah, so it's like a subsection, like you might have 30 videos and some of them are like I have videos that are not part of my portfolio on here, like that Camtasia 9 training making quick and easy tutorial there, the very first one. That is not a part of my portfolio. That's not a client video that I did. So I didn't want that on my playlist. I only wanted a client playlist to show my sample videos. So I had Leslie take all the ones that were client videos and put them in a playlist. So if somebody found one of them, they could go through the whole playlist and see my whole portfolio that way if they wanted to do that. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Here is your portfolio playlist, and you can pick what you want, or you can click on play all, and you just see one after the other if you so desire. So that's a good thing to do. Where was I going before?
So now you're about to show them how to embed the videos back on your website, right?
I am.
Okay.
Let me close these out, I'll leave them in case people have questions later. So as Michelle showed you earlier, here is her portfolio page. This one is all about tutorials, and as you can see, they all have the same play button, they're all the same size, and they're all going to play on the same page, whereas before we had all different size videos, we had all different color play buttons, some didn't even have a play button, some played on the page, some popped up, some took you to another site, so we wanted a little bit of consistency, and that's why I created this.
YouTube. That was pre putting them on YouTube. Putting them on YouTube has helped things like Leslie said, consistency and organization and all that.
So I'm going to show you how you're going to embed a YouTube video on your site using the embed code that they have. There are actually 3 ways you can add it. One is to use the YouTube embed code. One second. I'm grabbing it from here.
And you got that from YouTube under Embed.
I actually got that from where I showed them click on Embed, and I copied it, and it shows the height and the weight and all that good stuff.
By the way, you might want to mention that you're in the text view as opposed to visual.
That's very important. You have to be in the text view because you're adding HTML code, and you can't just do it when you're in the visual editor. Do most people use WordPress? I don't know.
You know, I'm assuming that you do, but if you are not using WordPress, it's the same thing on your regular website. If you've got a regular website, not a WordPress blog, you still paste it in the code.
Right, in the HTML code area.
Yeah.
And that's the first way you can do it, is to use the YouTube embed code. Another way you can add it is to click on the Add Media button, and this one actually doesn't matter whether you're in video or text. It will work in either one. And you can either upload a video or you can pull it from your media library.
Oh, pretty. Very nice. I didn't know it was all pretty and organized back there.
Yeah, I'm going to pick this one. And, sorry, my GoToWebinar panel's in the way. Okay, then we're just going to click Insert into Post. And it pops up the code. And then the last way is just to add the video URL, if you have it. And that one you have to do in visual mode. And this one is actually the easiest if you happen to have the code.
You mean just the long URL from YouTube, like you're looking at that video?
No, not even that. It's like kind of like what you give me from when you've uploaded it or created. It's the .mp4 file.
But the .mp4 file, you mean when I just send it to you, I put it in your Dropbox?
Yeah.
But
if we didn't want it on
oh,
YouTube.
If we didn't want it on YouTube. Okay, so now I'm understanding. If you're deciding to host your video elsewhere, like Amazon S3, so then you upload it to the Amazon S3, and then you get the URL. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, the MP4.
Okay.
And I don't seem to know what I did with that.
You know, and I didn't even know that you could do that way, because I thought it had to have a player, you know, and that the MP4.
Yeah, it used to be that way, and it used to be really complicated to add videos. Now, if you just have the .mp4 file, you can enter it here, and boom, it pops up.
Because
I wanted to impress you by showing that, but now I can't find where.
Oh, that's okay. I believe you. So you put the URL there, and then WordPress has its own video player. It has a player already now.
And it also plays on your page, and it already has a thumbnail. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, that's great news, because you guys, up until that, I'm telling you, just putting a video into WordPress was a hit or miss. You know, I remember, oh, it's not working this time. Oh, I thought it did last time, but now it doesn't. You know, so I don't know how recent some of this stuff is for WordPress, but it's easy peasy now. So that's great.
You would obviously need to have like some of the latest upgraded versions in order to do it.
So it's not paid though; it's free. It's free upgrade.
Oh yeah,
the latest WordPress
the latest.
Okay.
Yeah, and it will just put in the .mp4 file, or I think it only does it with MP4. The same also is true of audio. If you put .mp3, it will create a little audio player. And so I'm just showing you now that I've published it, these videos show up. And the first option, I Oh, that's because I removed that video. I
Oh,
was going
yeah.
to say, you don't want that as a thumbnail.
Right, right.
Here. So that's just real simple and quick and easy on how to add a video when you have the code without it and just the MP4 file. And then finally I wanted to show you using the plugin like we have on Michelle's site.
You mean the thick box player?
Yeah, it's a plugin. It's called WordPress Lightbox plugin. It's by WP Dev Art. And they have a free version. These are their options.
So that's the pop-up player you guys saw when I clicked on the video, how it popped up over my page, which I think is really nice looking.
Yeah. I picked, and I researched several, and this one was the best price, and I really liked, you know, all the customization features. So you can get a free one, and it works pretty good. We bought the personal one. For one thing, it's not very expensive, and the main reason I did was you get premium support, because if you're doing something new, it's good to have support. If you have any problems, they'll help you. And also, there were more customization features. And then, you know, that's just for one site license, and you can get 5 sites, or if you're a developer, you can. It's
$11 one time pay?
Yeah, it's one time. It's not monthly or yearly. Pay it, and it's yours on one site. If you are getting the free, you just download it. If you're getting the personal, you buy it, and then you download it, and they're going to give you a zip file.
Mm-hmm.
And I assume most people know what a zip file is, but this is how it will come, and you want to leave it that way. You do not want to unzip it. And these were some things that I chose to do. You don't have to do, but I got their graphics, and I think they were originally blue, but I made them all orange to match Michelle's site.
You did so much more than I even had any idea.
No, you don't know what I'm doing.
I know, thank you.
And they will give you the code that you need to put it in, and it's pretty much just a typical looking embed code. So they give it to you. So then you go back to your site, and you're going to install it. Should I waste time showing people real quickly how you install a plugin, or do most people know? I don't know how we're doing on time.
No, we're almost getting to 2 o'clock.
That's true. Yeah, you install it, you activate it, you do some customizations, and you can see right here that Michelle has it. And then this is the code that they give you. All you have to do is substitute. Here is the YouTube code. I'm going to cut it, put it right here, YouTube video URL. I can probably make a checklist of this to give to people.
You know,
sorry, print it out in my notes.
No, it's just so great. Those of you guys who want to provide services, you could do this for people. You know, do this for yourself, for your portfolio. Do it one time, and then can you imagine? You know, this could be a skill that you have that others don't have. So, just a suggestion. You know, because I didn't know how to do it, so. You know,
yeah, so you just plug in the little pieces of the puzzle to it, and you publish it, and then you have your Lightbox.
Very nice.
And it'll do like Michelle showed you. It pops up with the orange background and all that good stuff. And I'll just show it in the background if you want to go on to some other stuff, Michelle.
So we do have some questions about that, and what I wanted to do is just, there it is. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take back the presenter and just finish up. This was great, Leslie. Thank you so much for coming on and doing this.
Sure, my pleasure.
Yeah, very, very good job. Let me just take that back. So I have just a couple of finishing slides, and then I'm going to actually ask Leslie some of these questions that have come up. So hang in there just a moment, you guys. All right, I just wanted to send this out to you. It is a link for a bunch of articles that talk about, it says e-learning portfolio, but e-learning just basically means, you know, online video training. So it's going to work for whether you're doing marketing videos or whatever. So let me paste that in. Hold on. All right, that just got sent to you. All right, so let me summarize and then we'll move into some questions. Hold on. All right, so first of all, in your portfolio, right, you can use the work you've done for clients. If you can get any, even some freebie jobs, nobody knows whether they were paying jobs or free jobs you just did to get experience. Nobody knows. They're just looking at the video. In fact, sometimes it's better, like a lot of clients, not a lot, but some of them don't want me to use their video in my portfolio because it's proprietary. So it's almost like I'd rather use stuff that I just came up with. Use samples of your own, whatever you like to do, showing your skills and what you want people to hire you for, the types of videos that you want. We talked about places to host. Leslie did a wonderful job on how to create a playlist and then, you know, embed the codes on. Now, don't forget, you don't have to have a playlist. I just chose to have a playlist in YouTube. You could skip that part and just put the videos on YouTube and then grab those embed codes and put them onto your website. The playlist is just an added little thing I decided to have, you know, not necessary. All right, so I also have this for you if you want it. I have this, you know, free webinar I delivered a while back called 22 Places to Find Screencasting Jobs, and I have it over on my screencast video services site. We're working on getting that opt-in on the front, but in the meantime you actually have to click on like blog or something, and then you'll see it's on the far right here. See, check out this free video and report. Okay, so yeah, it's an opt-in, but we already have your name and email anyways, but you have to go ahead and put your name and email in, and then you get this webinar and all my slides for how you can go about finding jobs there. Everywhere. It's a lot of the ways that I find work, etc. And then lastly, before we start taking more questions, Leslie, as I told you earlier, Leslie is also offering up her services. If you would like to learn more from her, or if you want her to even set it up for you, or you have more questions, she is offering, this is for the first time that I'm aware of, she is offering some consulting time with her. So let's see where that page is. Hold on. Video portfolio coaching. Okay, very nice. Very nice and special price also. So that's a deal. To pick her brain. Yeah, I mean, you could ask her a lot of stuff, like how to set up your WordPress blog, how to set it up where you're charging your clients, you know, how to use PayPal, how to set up affiliate stuff. She's done everything for Lon and I for years. So let me just paste that in here, that link. Where is the... You know what, I might have to ask you to paste it in, Leslie, because once again, oh, never mind.
You lost your chat.
Never mind, I got it. It came back.
Oh, okay.
The dashboard was missing for a while. So that's that. Keep that on file should you need her assistance. All right, and now I'm going to pull up the question panel and see what you guys got. My intention was just to go to the top of the hour. I understand if you have to leave, but we do have some good questions in here that, you know, might be valuable to you even if you didn't ask them yourself. So I'm not going to say who's asked every question. I'm just going to read it. How do you get the YouTube playlist items to display horizontally across the page? Hers just lists vertically. Do you know what she's asking you there?
I know what she's asking, but I didn't even know that was an option.
Mine
because
just,
I didn't do anything. It just came out that way.
I think we're talking about two different things. The playlist, yeah, when you go to the playlist, you'll see the list of yours vertically, and they'll play one after another. But the page Leslie showed you where you could click on Go to Playlist, that's sort of behind the scenes. You know, that's just, people aren't going to see it horizontally. They're going to see it when they actually go to it and start clicking on videos, it'll be vertical, as far as I remember seeing it, because I've gone to playlists before and
Well,
they're all vertical.
also when you're creating your playlist in YouTube, after you click on create, there's also a button that says playlist settings, and you can arrange the order, and there are some other options, so maybe the answer is there. I'm not sure.
Okay. If you put the MP4 file on your WordPress site, does it slow down your site? I don't think so. Not on your whole site.
Not if it's posted somewhere else.
Yeah, because they're not hosted, for example, in WordPress. They're hosted on YouTube. So all your site does is have the link to it. Okay, does WordPress limit how much media you upload to your site? Because videos take up a lot of storage. Once again, you're hosting on YouTube. You're not hosting in WordPress. So YouTube does not have a limit on how much. Let's see.
If you're actually uploading the video to WordPress, that will slow your site down, and I don't know if WordPress has a limit, but your server, they might shut you down if you have too much stuff on there. That's why I know Lon always tells us put it on Amazon.
Yeah. Or WordPress.
Or YouTube.
Or YouTube, I mean, yeah. Let's see. Donald says instructions are on WP Dev Art page. Instructions to, I think he meant create a WordPress channel. I'm thinking, because that came in at 5 minutes to 2. So if you just go to WP Dev Art, you'll find instructions to something that we talked about. Margaret's excited about the possible checklist that you might be creating. If you do create that, Leslie will send that to you. Or actually just put it on the screencast for video if you do it, Leslie.
Okay, or I can upload it to the career
I
module.
meant to say that. I don't know why I said screencast. I don't even know what the heck that is, screencast for video. I combined like all of our keywords.
We have so many things that sound the same.
Yes, there will be a replay of this. As soon as I edit it, I will give it to Leslie, who will put it on the career in screencasting page tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow. All right. When Leslie said MP4 file, that's different from URL to MP4. Okay, so yeah, it might have been just a mistake that Leslie said. She probably said MP4 instead of saying URL to MP4. So now you know what she meant to say.
Right.
And and Donald was saying what he meant on WP Dev Art, which is WP DEVART, is that it's how to upload a plugin to WordPress. So there, the steps are listed there. So there you go. Does that mean that you don't? Was that what you were going to create, the checklist, the list, or something? Was that to uploading a plugin?
No, I wasn't going to do. Well, I mean, depending on what all I put in, I can include that, but if anyone has added plugins before, it's pretty easy, and like he said, they give you the instructions on their site.
Okay, and he says the Lightbox plugin.
Right, and for some of the major resources, the sites that we included, I can add them underneath the video, the URLs on how to get to them.
Well, that's super helpful, Leslie. All
Thank you.
right.
I learned from you.
Oh, all right. That's the last of the questions. I hope you guys found some benefit in this extra bonus session. And if you have any questions about career in screencasting, instead of making this webinar even longer, just feel free to, didn't they get the Facebook site as a bonus, Leslie? I'm trying to remember. Our personal Facebook site as a bonus for that. Do you remember, Leslie? Are you on
Oh,
mute?
sorry. I thought I was unmuted. I'm not sure if that was part of it. I can check. If not, I can add an 8-week trial and they can put questions in there.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that because then you get not only Lon and I, but all of our members responding, and we have so many service providers that can respond from their experience as to, you know, how they did certain things. So be looking for an invitation. Leslie, are you sending them an invitation, or should I show them where to sign up? Just what to go and do?
You can show them, and I can
Okay.
also add the link in the members area. They just have
Yeah,
to click request to join if
that
they're
would
not
be
already a member.
yes, so you may already be a member if you've bought any of our other products and you just may not even know it yet, but it's Facebook, and it's a group, and it's called Camtasia Coaching. See, you just search for that, Camtasia Coaching. Actually, I'll just put the link in the chat for you. And then there's going to be a thing that says join right here, and you're just going to click it, and then when Leslie sees it, she'll verify that you are a participant in career in screencasting, and so she'll know to let you in the group. So, all right, I'm pasting this in now, and I'm going to remember to put this link below this webinar too. All right, well, great. Then you can get and yes, Margaret, I'm talking about the Screencast Coaching Facebook. Yes. And as far as this other question came in, Michelle, are you doing a webinar tonight for Camtasia Coaching? Okay, so the way it works for me these days is, you know, first of all, Lon and I swap off. 1 week I do, 1 week he does. Lon did his webinar last night. All right, so it would be my week next week to do my webinar, but next week is a private coaching opportunity for 4 people who would like to sign up for individual free private coaching for 30 minutes. Ask me anything you want, and Leslie will send out an email to let you know when the spaces are available, and then Lon will go again, and then I do a webinar. So it's a webinar and then private coaching, a webinar and then private coaching, like that. So that is the way it works. Okay. All right. Sorry that we kept you a little over, but I hope that this is valuable information that you will use to start yourself getting screencasting work. And I just wanted to let you know that you can absolutely make a full-time income just doing screencasts for others. It's great, it's fun, it's creative, and I definitely feel like you made the right choice. There's enough work for everybody, and if I didn't feel that way, I would not be teaching tons of people how to do this because I'd be going, oh no, then there's not enough work for me, you know, but there's plenty. So good luck with you guys, and I hope we talk to you in the Facebook group. You guys take care. Bye now.
Bye.
Oh, thanks, Leslie. I forgot to say that.
Welcome.
Thank you. All right.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.